Here
Yo,
we
yo,
go,
yo.
yo. I said, yo. Hey, y'all.
Hey, wow. All right. This is awesome. July. We are doing the July month in review here at C Chats. And of course, put in the comments as you join us how your July was.
We want to know.
We want to know.
I should have just started this with like sitting over in the corner in the fetal position or something. Like it's just keep reminding myself it's summer slowdown. It's summer slowdown. Q4 is going to be amazing. My store is getting super full. People are going to have so much to buy in Q4. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It is going to be great. We're going to keep it. It is going to be great. It might not be great. We might not be feeling that at the moment. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm sorry. Social media, I just went through all that and it posted on my personal account. Put the phone away. Okay, so hey y'all, how are you today?
Yeah, all right. So focus is your word today, right, Molly?
Listen, my word from Motivation in Minutes is I am struggling today with my word of focus. It's a struggle, y'all. It's a struggle.
All right. Okay.
Oh, Kathy, I'm glad you're figuring it out. Just trying to figure out how to chat with us because we like chatting.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. So Samantha wants to curl up in the fetal position in the corner when she talks about her July. Molly, your July?
It was a roll. It's like I took a summer vacation and went to a roller coaster ride in a theme park. So that's right. I'm just looking at it as summer vacation, and I'm on the roller coaster.
Yes,
probably my absolute lowest month ever. I mean, lowest week ever at one point, and then the next week turned around and sold some big ticket items.
Yeah. So
just overall, keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah. So my July was not bad at all. Money wise. It was, right. It was short. It was short from where I needed to be, but overall it was good. It was good. And I had some major changes this July in my percentages. Can I talk about it?
Yes, because I want to know what you attribute this to because you made some changes. So I'm curious how this all kind of breaks down for you.
Yeah, so
I think there's some new ease in her life, and it's not just eBay.
E-commerce. Go ahead.
eBay was an all-time low of 71%. Usually it's in the 80s or the 90s. It was 71% of my gross.
Yeah. What up, eBay? What up?
What happened?
Summer slowdown.
All right.
Listen, it's summer slowdown, but I see a lot of clickbaits going on with reseller friends in YouTube land who are all like, quit eBay, shut it down. It's across the board.
I mean, I'm not shutting it down because this was exactly where I want it to be. Because I've been saying for the past couple months, what?
We always say we're shutting eBay down because if we say shut it down, the sales pop out of nowhere. So shut it down, Libby.
Shut it down.
Anyway,
so I kept saying I wanted to up my Shopify sales, like our live selling, like the live selling numbers and, things on our website. And I was going to be working diligently on that. Mm-hmm. And it was between.
I got to interrupt. As soon as I said shut it down, did you not hear the two cha-ching, cha-chings?
I thought you didn't have notifications on your phone. Mine's on Do Not Disturb. No, I didn't hear it.
My phone's not even in the same room as me. Come on. Yeah, it's focused. Focus.
Cha-ching. How funny was that?
That's crazy.
Shut it down.
It works.
We talk about Poshmark being an abusive relationship, but we're kind of abusive to eBay when it's not serving us. And it's trained us to do that, though. It's like if we crap talk you, then it comes right back around. So
yeah. All right. Yeah. Abusive relationship. There you go. All right. So Poshmark was 11% and Shopify was 12% this month, which was really where I where I want it to be and what I was working toward, mostly the Shopify. So, yeah, that's just amazing. I've been working toward it. I say, where you put your attention is what gives it back. Yeah. And I do need to mention Etsy. Started on Etsy. And so that was 3%. And for just starting, I'm happy with the 3% because I see some potential for growth there. So yeah. I'm really happy with July. I would have liked to make a little more money, but as far as my percentages and where I was putting my focus, that was pretty good. And Curtsy came in about 1%. So Curtsy, I don't know if you guys are on Curtsy. I'm not recommending it.
I didn't know I was till you told me I sold something on Curtsy, and I was like, what?
Yeah. So I just hooked it up to our Poshmark. Like there's nothing we need to do other than, ship an item really when it sells. It's just like an automatic hookup. It is only on Apple right now. Sorry, Samantha.
Ridiculous.
But it did account for 1% of my sales. I'm not putting any effort or anything into it right now, though. Probably never I will be putting anything into it. It was an automatic hookup. I wanted to try it. From the feedback in our community, it seems like you get a couple initial sales and then it just kind of dies. So
it's like Bonanza for the Posh
It's
world.
like Bonanza, which has the $15 fee now, which I was also going to hook up, but no.
Yeah, it's so weird.
They could pay me $15 to sell on there, and I'd still have to consider it. Sorry, Bonanza.
Don't hold back, Libby. Don't hold back.
All right, there we go. Those are my thoughts.
All right, so this isn't June news, but I got a shippable eBay order Facebook order last night. Facebook. I shipped something this morning to New Jersey from a Facebook order.
Wow.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those. Did you remember how to do it? Did you remember how to ship through Facebook?
Barely. I was like, I can't copy their address.
Wow.
Yeah, Bill was looking at me all funny as I'm trying to do shit. He's like, why is it taking so long? And I was like, I haven't had one of these since last August. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right. So let's chat about Kathy's stuff a little bit. I started putting she's putting some good stuff in the comments here.
All right.
You wanna pop those up?
She's doing lots of listings. She's got lots of listings up. She's growing and growing. I know her daily goals just keep growing. So she's rocking there.
Yes.
Her sales were down a little bit. So her top month was May. So her July is down a little bit, but that's okay. I love that her Posh and her eBay are tied, and she's got some good Macaris on there. So
all right.
She's got good mix.
Yeah. Wow. Poshmark and eBay tied. I just every time somebody says like Poshmark is close to eBay, it just blows my mind. Yes.
I think we have a new Kathy cheer that y'all have to be my backup. So when I go Kathy, go, y'all go Kathy, go, Kathy, go Kathy, go, Kathy, go.
Yeah.
They don't get it, Kathy.
Well, I don't get it. I don't know how to do that stuff.
I was on board with it, and then my computer froze. So I'm just gonna be your backup dancer so that I don't screw too many.
I'll take a backup dancer, but there's so many times lately that we've been talking about all of Kathy's growth and her big steps, and so I think she needs her own little go Kathy, go Kathy, go Kathy, go.
I love it.
Go. Yeah.
Kathy, go Kathy, go Kathy, go.
There you go. Yeah. Y'all, that is called getting Libby out of her comfort zone right there. What you just saw.
That was adorable.
So far out of her comfort zone.
That was painful, but I like to do things that scare me, and honestly, that scared me a little bit.
I'm proud of you for stepping out of the box for Kathy. Way to
That's
go.
Molly's version of role playing. Let's make a song.
That's what I get you back, girl.
Now I know how you guys feel when I want you to role play. Wait, I get it.
There you go.
There you go.
I get it. I'm so sorry for everything I've put you through.
I love it. Love it.
So shippable Facebook Marketplace sale.
Yeah.
That's
They messaged me and they were asking questions, which I get that every day. I make local deals on Facebook all the time. I share my stuff to lots of groups. But they were messaging me last night and they had a couple questions and I looked at their profile and I was like, oh, New Jersey. Oh, okay. So I'm answering the questions, doing whatever. And she's like, we agreed upon a price and whatever. And she goes, well, you'll have to update the listing so that I can purchase it. And I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. So I had to go in on my phone. I didn't even remember if I could edit those listings on my phone. I had to go in and edit the price and the shipping and and then it also reminded me. So this is something I thought about last night. I do free shipping on Mercari because it's just easier. Like the rates are ridiculous. They're wrong half the time. It's a lot of editing when you're like cross listing. And I don't want to put a lot of time into it because I don't make a ton of sales over there. It's enough in Q4 to keep cross listing, but it's quick. It's like 2 seconds. The item's cross listed. So I just do free shipping. I add it in. Well, last night, I didn't realize until I was editing the listing on Facebook that almost everything is still set as priority if it's over £1 on there. They have first class and priority. They don't have ground advantage. So she was trying to negotiate a price and then free shipping. And I finally went to edit and looked at it and I was like, oh, $13.99 to ship this mug. Yeah, no wonder you wanted to negotiate that. So I'm wondering if I should switch to free shipping on Facebook too. Because maybe that will boost sales over there. Maybe it doesn't matter and I shouldn't care about it. But
so Facebook does not offer ground shipping at all.
Only if it goes by weight. So only if it's under £1, it says that it's first class, and then or it goes to priority. Which if I just did my own, the thing only cost me $6 to send. So
behind, man, they're behind the times.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say let's put some feelers out in the community. Let's see if other people are shipping Facebook sales before you go through and spend any time on it. Because maybe it was a fluke, or maybe it is the rebirth of Facebook Marketplace shipping.
I need one of those sound machines like Doug has. Sound machine.
I am hoping that it is some sort of switch has been flipped or some, because I mean, I like selling on there. It's fairly easy and straightforward. It'd been a year, but I only have a few hundred items on there. So, I mean, even if I just left the ones that were on there and I might see how long it takes to click the buttons for free shipping and see if that's even worth my time or if it's just easier to add shipping. I don't know. I mean, most of it just sells locally. So yeah, give me your opinions in the comments. Let us know how you feel about it. Kathy says she quit Facebook because she was so tired of listing with no results except scammers. Yeah, especially at the beginning, you get the scammers. I haven't had any scammers in a while. I still like cross-listing from List Perfectly because it copies over the majority of the listing, so it's pretty quick. And then that last page when you're listing in there is all the groups you can click, and I just click all my local groups, throw it out there, and that's how I generate my sales there. But
yeah, and I sell not this month, but past months. I do a fair bit on Facebook Marketplace, but they've all been local pickup, and I do have larger items, so it fits. It fits with my business.
Yeah.
A lot of my Facebook Marketplace people, I will send right to my eBay listing if they have a question.
Well, and that was her. So she had a couple questions and she wanted to know if I had other Jonathan Adler items and if I had other. So she was looking to bundle stuff. And I sent her to my website. I do that for almost everybody. I just say, hey, if you bundle 3 or more items, I'll give you 15% off because that's kind of what I'm pushing right now. Send her my website. But she was only interested in like she's collecting. So she was only interested in that thing. And I was, because it's much easier for them just to check out on my Shopify or eBay or somewhere else. So I do try to send them somewhere else, but maybe that's why I don't get any shippable sales over there. I'm directing them everywhere else.
Yeah. Kathy said she quit Facebook. Wait, I want to read now. She said something about the offers and I'm not seeing it now.
I didn't see anything about offers, but she's now on Depop. That's where she talked about people who
Oh,
extend
okay.
offers. Yeah.
Oh, that is a common problem on Depop, is accepting offers and then the people don't follow through. That is like the biggest Depop complaint. Yeah. I heard that they're working on it though, kind of like eBay, doing it in like phases of like people that have to prepay and stuff like that. So hopefully that gets better.
Yeah.
And like any platform, I know she's new to Depop. Like any platform, when you're new to it, those first couple months, you just get scammers. Like,
yeah,
yeah. Even I was getting them on Etsy. Like I hadn't been on there in like 10 years or something.
Yep.
And when I got all these like scammy kind of messages.
And I just want to respond: get a life, like get a job, do something else, stop scamming.
Right?
We're just all sitting here trying to work hard and make a living. Come on, man.
Right. Like if they ever knew who was on the other side of that, like we are real people here.
But you know what? They don't care. People who do that don't care who's on the other side of it. In all honesty, they don't care. But Yep. But you do have to keep at it to get past the scammers. I was doing some stuff on Facebook Marketplace for local pickup, but I quit. I just didn't want to take the time to manage all the messages. And it was like, I'll be there Saturday at 2, and then they would never show. And, oh, I'm sorry, my whatever. And, it just got to be so much that I was just like, I'm not doing those anymore in my business. I'm sticking with it.
Yay, you thought about how much time it was taking you.
Yeah.
Yes, I talk about that and think about that all the time. Like, is it worth it?
It was not worth it with all the managing everybody. And
good for you.
I find that even in my personal life, when I put out there on Facebook, free, let's just say couch at the curb, first come, first serve, please do not ask questions. They still come with a ton of questions. What's the width? How high is it? How long have you had it? Do you have pets? Like, yeah.
So my follow-up. So I always have like a recent amount of pictures on my phone that are auction items or things that I know I'm going to put in my Facebook auction group. So they're lower dollar items, $2, $3, $4 kind of thing. And so normally when they ask a bunch of questions or the conversations I'm just like, I also have all of these available for a few dollars each if you're interested. And I spam them with like 60 pictures of like all the random crap that I have. And then they're always like, no, never mind. I'll just take that. Thanks. And it like shuts them right down. I'm like,
oh, that's a technique I've never thought about.
Or they add several items. They're like, well, how much is that? How much is this? $3, $4, $2. Boom. Gets more stuff out the door, or it shuts them down. And they're just like, oh, I just want to buy this.
That's really smart.
Yeah. I like it, my Mantha. She's so smart.
So what were your percentages like this month, Samantha?
I didn't run my numbers yet. Are you kidding me? Have you seen my life this week? I'm busy. I barely remembered to log into this. Let's be real here. Let's be real. I just know my eBay was down. I mean, it wasn't any worse than last month. Like, I think I'm actually up from last month from when I glanced at it a couple weeks ago. But it's not great. It's not great. It's not where it was the rest of the year or even last year. So I just keep trucking along, keep trying to cross list and put things in other places. Just keep hitting that monthly listing goal and telling myself that Q4 is going to be amazing.
Well, the good news is our Patreon group, we have a come list with us today. So we're going to get more things listed and keep that algorithm going.
I have a pop-up that I have to go set up as well, though. I'm doing that pop-up food market. So, which flea markets are not a thing here. So I don't know. We'll see. But there's a lot going on downtown. So I think just in general, it's going to be busy.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun. I set up in my driveway last night in my alley. And because I haven't even done like a craft show or anything since like pre-COVID. Like I used to do pop-ups and sidewalk sales and just random support my friends and do community stuff. I haven't done it in forever. And I got rid of most of my craft show stuff, like all the cute little burlaps and the chalkboard signs. And so I was setting it up last night, put up the canopy, the whole 9 yards, trying to figure out how I would do things. And I had a bunch of people stopping in the alley. Like the one lady was going on their side by side, and she just backs up and you see her husband just roll his eyes. And she's like, "Are you having a sale?" And I said, "You can come and shop this." I said, "I'm practicing for something, but you come take a look." And she's digging around. Apparently one of my neighbors has an entire storage unit he wants to get rid of.
Oh,
So we discussed that for a long time. I gave him many suggestions on how he can get rid of that other than me going and buying it. But he's ready. And so, yeah, it was a fun afternoon as I tried to set it up and get back in the pop-up sale mode.
wow.
And interact with all my neighbors.
Wow.
Awesome. So yeah, I would have stopped. I definitely would have stopped, right?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love that.
Oh, I would 100% stopped. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Please.
Little pre-shopping
I'd have
experience.
been all up in there, man.
Yeah. What she got?
It's hilarious too, because the one neighbor, I don't really know him. He plays with his dog in the alley sometimes because he doesn't have a yard. But like I've never talked to him before. He just has lived there for a couple of years. He comes over and I'm like, well, he's asking questions. I'm telling him about the event today and like all the stuff. And he goes, "Yeah, I got stuff." And he's like, I don't know how to get rid of it. And I said, "Well, I sell consignment." And he's like, "Oh, I know. I've bought stuff from you. I follow your page. I know you're sorting with Samantha." I still don't know this guy's name. And we talked for a while last night.
Wow.
No idea who he is, but he loves to shop. So he'll be there tonight.
That's awesome. Wow.
Wow.
No doubt Molly would have stopped.
Right.
Yeah, girl.
So we talk about branding all the time, and I had a similar experience a couple weeks ago. I went to visit my cousin in a totally like different county, like it's an hour away. I went to visit my cousin that was visiting, and she had some people that were from my town over there for the barbecue. And I walked up and she goes, "Oh, let me introduce you to Kaylee." And she's like, "Kaylee, this is Samantha." Da, da, da. And she's like, "I know you." And she's like, "This is Samantha Pratt. She does X, Y, and Z." Or she lives here. She does this. She's married to so-and-so. And they're like, no. And I had no idea who she was. And then my cousin says, "Sorting with Samantha." And she goes, "Oh my God, you run the Facebook groups and you sell all the people's stuff and you do all this." She's like, "That's how I know you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "I love Sorting with Samantha." And I'm like, "Well, that's me." And she's like, "You're so great." And I'm like, "You're already who I am."
That's awesome.
And that is how branding is done.
Yep.
She's no longer Samantha Pratt. She is Sorting with Samantha and should be introduced that way at all times going forward.
100%. Boom. I like it.
That is so cute. I love it. All right. I have a story.
All right.
And it's good. I love eBay international shipping so much because I would have had a heart attack if it wasn't for eBay international shipping.
Okay.
So I don't know what month it was. I think it was 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. I shipped out that Mont Blanc pen and it went internationally. It went to Mexico City, Mexico. And the return period had passed for my items. And I paid out the consignor. That was, a pretty hefty payout, right?
Pricey item. Yeah, pricey
Yeah,
item.
pretty pricey item. And when you get that ding for an eBay message and you're just like, oh God.
Yep.
What is it? What is it now?
What do they want?
And it was like, customer wants to return your item. And I was like, oh my God, that's like $1,200. That's
right.
Like, oh. And then it was like, don't worry, we've got you covered. You need to do nothing.
Thank you, eBay.
Wow.
Yes.
Go eBay, go eBay, go. Look at eBay jumping in on Kathy's song. Go eBay, go eBay.
Let's talk about that too. My month of July saw quite a few returns. I used to love I only did like a couple returns a year. And most of the time they were lower dollar items. I'd just refund them some and we'd be fine. I must have had 2 returns a week in the month of July, which for me is that's just a ton. That's years worth of returns for dumb stuff too, like $6 items, $9 items, like just
those are so
one
hard.
was like a $400 item, but that one, but yeah, and none of them were my fault. Like none of them had a valid reason other than I just didn't like the color of this cardigan.
Yeah.
Well, it's red. I have pictures of it. There's a Crayola crayon in it, and it says red. How did you not know this was red?
I even gave you the crayon.
I gave you a crayon.
I even gave you the crayon color tester. Jeez. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of didn't fit. A lot of I just didn't like it. Like literally, just didn't like it. Like, okay. And they're paying to return it. They're probably paying more because I have it that the buyer pays return shipping. Mm-hmm. They're probably paying more to return it to me than I am refunding them for the item because there's lower dollar stuff. But
right.
But only half of them are actually returning them, so I'm not refunding until I get the item anymore.
Right.
Did you ever refund before you got the item?
I used to just, if they said they were going to return a $6 item, I would just say, don't worry, you can keep it. Here's your $6. But then when I switched to the buyer paying shipping, because I used to do free shipping and all that for returns. But when I switched to them paying, it weeds out the scammy ones for sure. I don't refund. I just wait for them to send it back. If they're truly like having a conversation with me and there's an issue or I'm gonna give good customer service. I'm gonna make it right. But even some of them that I've tried to do that where they've talked to me, I've refunded them or I've given them partial refunds. Then if they do return the item still, because I agreed this, there was a car part. It's always the car parts. I agreed with this guy. He got multiple parts. One of them was not to his liking. The other ones were. I said, well, let me refund you for the equivalent for that one item in your bundle. I gave him a partial refund. He sent all of it back, even though I thought we were fine. He sent all of them back. I had a very hard time giving him the remaining partial refund. It wanted me to refund like the whole purchase amount. And I had that happen a couple times. So I'm not even doing really that anymore. But these people aren't reaching out. There's no conversation. There's just a ding, return. I don't really like the color. It didn't fit right.
Yeah, it's hard. I have to remind myself all the time. It is just our business policy. We just accept them because I do get aggravated. I'm like, I take all of my time putting measurements in, details of what there is, pointing out in pictures any little ifs or buts or issues, right? Like we spend so much time being so specific, and it's maddening when it comes back and it's their reason is for something that you've clearly given them all the details they need. Now I've had some happen where I messed up the detail or didn't, and that I'm my bad, right? But when you put all that work into it and they send it back for something that they just didn't pay attention to or care to look at, it's infuriating. But I just have to remind myself it's our business policy. It is what it is, right?
Yep.
So now I'm just over here like, please go international. Please go international. eBay International is amazing.
Everybody do it. Everybody do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So have you looked at your return rate to make sure you're
my metrics are still fine.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Because the way the reasoning is and stuff, none of it's like there's no INADs, there's no like that kind of thing. They're just returning them. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as long as that stays at a reasonable level, like you just have to.
It's just kind of annoying. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm relisting the item. Thank God for Consign Cloud. It's all in there. I just say that I got another one. It's mine now. Like, and I relist it. But it's just annoying.
Yeah,
it is. It is.
For a low dollar. I think that's what takes me off the most. It's a low dollar. Granted, I don't want, $1,400 returns either. But if it's something that's like, oh, well, it sold within a couple days and it was a couple $100 and I'll resell it again next week, like it's not that big a deal. But when it's these low dollar, I'm like, I don't even want to.
I mean, how many times do they actually return it? About half of the times they return a low dollar value item. Like you actually end up processing it. It usually just times out.
Yeah.
So even at that.
So I had a shipping faux pas, that a mess up. My shipping department had a shipping mess up that I'm going to talk about and be very honest and out there. So we're selling these vintage holiday cutouts and things for charity, for Fearless Living. And I am in love with these pieces. I'm having a ball with them.
They're pretty great.
I think they're awesome. Here, I'll show you one. I've shown several in the past things, but since we're talking about it, like these kind of groovy, cool things, right? Like super cute. I sold, some of them sell as soon as I list them. Some of them are sitting, but I sold one. And so my shipping department, AKA Mr. C Chats, this was his first dealing with something like that. So he went and cut out cardboard, and I'm not paying attention. I see him cutting out cardboard. I figure he's been doing this. He knows what he's doing. And I get a message, was it yesterday, Libby, or 2 days ago, I think maybe, from the buyer.
I read the messages when you said that.
Yeah, very upset that they were bent. And so because the boards were bent, he did not cut them in the solid pieces. He cut them on the seam. And then just so happened, I guess, to line the seams up. So there was they just bent, and they bent, put creases in the pieces, my friends. It put creases in the pieces.
So my hack for that, I don't have one up here, which I'm surprised. The salon where I get a lot of my boxes from come with extra inserts. They're just rectangles that go inside. Those things fold flat, and I just slide the whatever, and I got different sizes. I slide whatever's in there. The creases don't match up. Thank God. I was like thinking, did that? No. So it's very sturdy. I can put most stuff in a poly mailer with that, and then just.
Well, that's what all of ours were going in, poly mailers between two pieces of cardboard. It just so happened that one, he didn't pay attention to the creases and had the corrugation going in the same direction. So anyway, I immediately responded and gave her a full refund and said, "I'm so sorry." So of course I have to mention it to the shipping department, right? Because it's a lesson to learn. And I always feel bad telling Nick when there's a mistake, because he takes such pride in when he helps and what he does. And now he's so upset because it was for Diane for Fearless Living that he's like, this week, before you get paid, we're going to move money over to Diane's to make up for that because I messed up. So we're going to move $20 from my account into Diane's because he feels so horrible that he messed up. He wants to put that money into Fearless. But anyway, he'll never do it again. And it's my bad for not checking. I just, he was doing his thing. I'm over here doing my thing. I wasn't paying attention or mentioning it. And the
best part was, like, I thought I was reading the messages and I thought it came out on such a positive note. Like, they were also a seller that was like totally understanding and like chatted with you about the packaging, and they were awesome. They were awesome.
And I could have come back and gone, yes, I know. But instead of doing that and saying my husband this, I just said, thank you so much for your advice. I really apologize. And
so every return, every problem is an opportunity. If you want that customer back, is an opportunity to show your customer service and show why people shop with you. Like, every problem is an opportunity.
Kathy says she used to work at Walmart in the customer service area. Oh, man. She said they were supposed to take everything back at the time. The thought was that they were going to take the money and spend it on something else and buy more. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do that too when someone has, when there's some sort of discrepancy or issue or something. I'll offer them a higher amount in my own store and just say, like, to make up for it, we could do this, we could do that. Like, especially if I have to like cancel an item or something, like, hey, I can't find this, but it was a $20 item. You can use $40 in my store. Like, and A lot of times they don't take it. They want the refund, but sometimes they end up just buying more stuff from my store and they get more than what I offered them, and it works out great.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Listen, Pam, this is Nickel asked me, like, did you get feedback on that shipping? Pam says HW reads every review after he does a few days of shipping and gets such a kick out of positive packing comments on those things he has shipped. I love it. Yes,
I love that.
Takes pride in his shipping too, don't you, honey?
I do.
We may have been chatting about you.
We may have just told our little oopsie story.
Your learning experience.
Your learning experience on, selling cardboard goods and shipping them.
So my sales have been down, and it's just been a couple items a day, or I'll sell something in the middle of the day and I'll go package it up real quick. But I need to get better about just giving my husband the orders, and we're coming up with a process. Like I'm texting him so it shows the SKU and the bin it's in. Like we're in preparation for me leaving, because apparently I'm just gonna be gone for like a month at this point. I don't know. I'm never
sure. I highly recommend a good 7 weeks.
I'm not putting any of my platforms on vacation because everything's been so slow. I'm like, what is the point? He can totally do this. He's got this. We've done it before, just not only for like a day or two kind of thing. Not, 2 weeks. So this morning we had quite a bit of sales. Nothing crazy, but more than we've had. And from multiple platforms, the whole 9 yards. So I send him all of the screenshots and the things to pull, and I go get my hair done, and I come back. He's got them all lined up, nice and neat, and he's explaining how he packed each item. And I'm like, you got this. Like, I trust you with this mug. You did great. It's fine. And he's like, I hope these poly thingies, he doesn't even know the terms for this stuff, but he's like, I hope this was okay for this. I'm like, yep, that's fine. And I'm like reassuring him he's doing great. And I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, babe, this is why you're the director of the shipping department. And he was like, I don't want this kind of responsibility. And then I reminded him that he's like, there was a lot of orders today. And I was like, well, hopefully, because I'm not putting anything on vacation and because you're doing it all by yourself, you're going to be shipping like 30 things a day when I leave for vacation. Like it's going to explode next week. And he was like,
you ready, baby?
He's like, this is not what I retired for.
See, and ours is the opposite. Nick is in training right now for his retirement, because when he retires, we're going to be all in here on the reselling world. Yes. So he's in training. So that's why we give him, director of shipping department, and he's got some responsibilities. So
Bill just doesn't want it to cut into his fishing time, especially when I'm gone. He's like, if it takes me this long to package, 12 items, he's like, if you have 30, I'm going to have to get up earlier to do them. He's like, because them fish are going to be biting.
I guess lucky for me, his hobby is running. So that's pretty fast. It's not going all day running. He just, that's his hobby. He goes out for a mile to, 8 miles depending. And then he's done. So we're not going for hours and hours fishing.
I'm getting a little anxiety over my shipping here for when I go away.
So I
don't have a shipping department.
But you
literally said
time again.
He goes, so Libby does like 60 a week. And I said, babe, that was just when we were on vacation. I said, that's not a normal week. And he's like, how does she do that? And I was like, well, we're trying to convince her to get some help because
she needs a shipping director.
I keep trying, but it's just not happening.
Y'all can tell by the light on my face that the sun is coming out.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Debbie, move on, Debbie. Get out of here, Debbie.
Oh, Pam.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course she's going to stick up for that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's all in that timing. I told him he has to do shipping first thing in the day. And he's like, yeah, but that's when the fishing is good. And I'm like, sounds like you're getting up at 4 a.m. I don't know what to tell you.
So you're not even going to, are you going to do same day shipping while he's away?
I do next day.
Oh, okay.
So if he anytime after midnight the next day, he's good. Like it's not like the 9 a.m. thing like you guys do.
Yeah.
It's just gotta be the next day.
Yeah, we do same day. You do next day.
Yeah, but if I tell him that he can go fishing first, he'll end up coming home at like 4:30 in the afternoon, and the shipping won't get done, and the post office is closed, and so like shipping's got to get done first.
Yeah.
Before the beers and the bros happen. That's what's.
Oh, Pam, she does too.
I really do. I really do. I'd hire you in a heartbeat.
Right.
So I also told Bill that this morning. I said, it's not really fair. And he goes, what? And I was like, shipping is my favorite part, but it's the only part that you're willing to do. So I don't do it anymore. I said, I really wish you liked some other aspect of this.
Love it. Pam, Libby would hire you and wouldn't even do background check. She would just hire you without all that. Yep. She'd just take you right away.
We love how shady you are. We don't even care about that background.
Yeah, we don't mind your shadiness. Right.
All right. Favorite sales of July. What do we got, guys?
Oh, I had what was the name of it? Sung, S-U-N-G.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was a gorgeous dress. Samantha Sung, y'all.
Yeah.
I sing a lot, so that makes sense. Yeah.
It was beautiful. I need to look for a picture while y'all talk and see if I can share it.
I have it. If you want me to work on it, Samantha can tell us about her favorite sale, and I'll work on sharing.
I'm going to tell you real quick though. I bought this on deep sale at one of my favorite consignment shops in Winston-Salem, Snob Shop, where I'm going to take Samantha when she comes. And it was one of those that I knew I priced it up because it was a beauty and I knew it would sell, but I also knew it was going to sit for a while before it sold. And it did. And it sold. And I was like, yay. So
it sold for $100, almost $200, right?
Yep. 180, 190, somewhere in there. Somewhere up there. Yeah. High hundreds. Beautiful dress. How about you, my Mantha?
So I'm just going to share my screen because that's easier. So this was my favorite sale. I got this at a garage sale in the beginning of June. It is a dollhouse kit. So like one of those, but it's from the 90s, so it's old. But you can still buy kits like this at like Hobby Lobby and stuff. So it was in the box, had some damage, but had never been opened. Like it was stapled shut. It originally came from Walmart today. So easy to list. I literally listed this in my dad's driveway right after the garage sale when we went out to have dinner with him. I had it listed and on sale on all the other platforms. And I put that it would get shipped in this box, but I didn't put that on the Etsy one. For some reason, it didn't transfer. So I did have to box it up. But it sold for the full $215, which I mark my Etsy stuff up. So it was on sale on eBay for like $140 or something. But they purchased it on here for this, plus paid pretty good for shipping and tax and all that. I think they were all in at like $260. I paid $20 for that at the garage sale. So I was pretty happy with that flip. And it just always makes me so excited when things sell on Etsy because I list them for more on there.
Awesome flip, girl. Awesome flip.
That's really cool. All right, I got the picture of your dress here.
Yes,
that is a stunner.
Oh, gorgeous.
It is.
I've never. Did you know that brand, or did you happen to just feel it, or
I felt it and immediately looked it up after I felt it. You know, I am definitely a toucher of fabrics and things because you can tell quality right away. So
yeah,
I love to touch fabrics. Like I go through at Goodwill, and I just touch, and then I'll be like, "Oh, that feels like a goodie."
So I totally understand that. And I tell people that, like when I'm thrifting with people, I'm like, you just got to feel them. I can't keep track of all these Anthropologie brands and all this. There's so many brands now. You just got to touch them. However, I went to a bin store a couple days ago. It was a very small bins. It's a St. Vincent de Paul bins in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Great little store. Got a bunch of awesome stuff for like $7. Got a cart full. $7. Love it. There was no way I was touching any of those clothes. No, we had our granddaughter Aspen with us. She's 8, and she was like, "Grandma, this is gross." And I'm like, "You are right. We're going to hard goods. Let's just skip right to hard goods. These clothes are nasty."
Oh my.
So I gotta remember gloves next time.
Yeah. Some people do, some people don't on those. Yeah.
I usually don't, but that place was extra.
I think I'd just skip it if it was like that. I don't think I have the.
I got some great hard goods, got some awesome stuff. I found Lincoln Logs there. My Bill was going ahead of me. He's looking through bins. He'd kind of just like point out like, "Hey, come look at this one," or whatever. And he had already looked through that bin, but he didn't move enough stuff. And when I moved something, there was like a whole box of them. And he came back over and he said, "I saw you from across the store and you like lunged into that bin. And then you just start throwing stuff because I don't want any of those little teeny tiny Lincoln Logs, little singles. They're not selling. They're not selling at all." So I wasn't going to pay for those. I was separating those out into another bowl. And he's like, "You're the crazy Lincoln Log lady."
You see the look she gets in her eye when she talks about Lincoln Logs? Her face totally changes and she gets like,
I need to give you my big Lincoln Log set that I've had listed.
Yes, because you have to list them individually. It blows my mind.
Well,
I shipped
mine
out
came with the big tub, like the vintage tub. So I did it all separately. All right.
I wonder if, let us know, guys, if you think the Lincoln Log tub itself would sell separately, the container.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I've sold sets. Like I that's how I always listed them. And shout out to Dawn. The Donovan collection. I got a big lot in and I said, "I don't feel like photographing all of these like this." And he said, "Well, why don't you list them individually like you do with your board games," or something along those lines. And that's what started this obsession. I'm selling them for over $1 per log. I've been doing it for months and it still blows my mind.
I think we have a picture of his t-shirt. There you go.
Oh, there we are. When life gives you bonbons, sell them.
There you go. Available in the C Chats merch store.
Don has a new shirt in the merch store of Consignment Chats. Yep.
Kathy, I have sold, especially the smaller ones. I have them listed on Etsy specifically with crafting terms because I'm sick of looking at them and I have hundreds. And now I'm just putting them, every time I sell Lincoln Logs, I'm just putting those in there as an extra gift, like get them out of here. So some of them are bought for craft projects, but all the feedback I've gotten is people either completing sets or their child just needed more to like, that's, the cabin needed to be taller, I guess. I don't know. Because they're buying like 6 of this size and 3 of this size. And so it's mostly just
very specific, huh?
And some of them are very specific. They want to make sure that the notches are exactly 1 inch 3/4 apart. Some of them are very specific. Some of them are just happy that they've found that size because they're completing, like I said, completing sets or.
So all that you're saying right now about specifics makes me think I'm just going to leave that listing as is. Pam says sell the tub. All right, Pam.
No, we could split it all up like a board game.
Well, that sounds like a great project for you, Samantha, when you're at my house.
Sounds good. Hand me your phone. I'll list them out separately.
All right, you guys want to see my least favorite sale?
Oh, least favorite. Oh,
I didn't know we brought this.
I talked about this. I talked about this on the come list with us.
It's beautiful.
I love that lamp. That is it in that perfect corner of my home.
So why did you get rid of it?
Because somebody wanted to buy it, and
I had it listed. I didn't buy it myself. It wasn't mine. It was a consigner's.
Clearly it needed to be yours.
It did, and I debated it on Friday. I asked people to weigh in. Molly said you can only keep it if you put some cool mid-century glass on the shelves.
That's all I want to do. Put a beautiful MCM piece of glass up there, and
then that was a whole lot of pressure that I just couldn't handle. So anyway, I sold that it's not an expensive lamp by any means. And
Right.
so my local guy came, he bought it on eBay. He buys local and picks up for me on eBay along with a couple other things. And when he was here, I was like, oh yeah, you're going to put this in your, booth at the antique mall. And he was like, no, I actually love it so much. This was just like grinding it in. He goes, no, I love it so much. He's like, there's this perfect corner in my house and the outlet is right there. And he said, no, I'm absolutely not selling this. I'm like, oh, that's what I had it in my house. And yeah,
I hope you enjoy it.
I hope you enjoy it. And the funny thing was, so he had a whole bunch of stuff he was buying, including the Native American cigar store guy that I had back there. And he picked everything up, and there was boxes of stuff. And I went out and I'm like, he took everything but the lamp. All right. Well, he must not have liked it in person. And I was like, all right, this is cool. Next thing I know, he comes pulling up the driveway. I can't believe I forgot the lamp. Like,
Darn it.
So if anyone watching is in the Scranton, Pennsylvania area and you have a nice square tall lamp like that, Libby is now convinced that she needs one, it's absence makes the heart grow fonder in that situation.
I'd like to learn the hard way. You know how that is.
Yeah.
I had some other cool sales. I had this 14 karat ring, like a very delicate vintage ring that sold that I was excited about because Avery finally got around to doing the metal testing and did all that. And then it sold and, overnight. So I was thrilled about that one.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was maybe one of my favorites because he tested it. It was a quick listing. It was a quick sale. I love those quickies.
Love quick sales.
TMI, we're live. TMI.
So, we also had some fun. Like I went to an auction in July. We had some fun sourcing times. And Molly and I decided to get Osmos. They're like a GoPro camera. But Molly majorly did the research to see which one we should get and stuff. So I just turned mine on last night, got it all hooked up. Oh my God, I love it. Love it. So we'll be doing more sourcing, thrifting type videos on the channel, guys. So it'll be a good mix of things because I went to that auction and I was like, I need one. I was with the podunk picker who was on last week's episode, and he had one and he was like way cooler than me. So
yeah, you gotta be cool. Gotta hang with cool.
I gotta be cool.
All right. So good news on that. So last night I was showing Avery your sourcing video, your haul video. And he was like, I showed him the camera and everything. He's like, oh yeah, DJIs, that's what my drone is. They're so much better than the GoPro. He's like, that was an excellent choice. And he showed me all that stuff. Yeah, he was like, that was absolutely the smartest choice. I'm so glad they got those. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it approved.
Good job, Molly. Good job.
I spent some good time on it, I will say.
I was on the fence. I didn't spend a lot of time on it. I watched like 2 videos, but I was on the fence until they said that the GoPro doesn't do well with temperature changes and cold weather. And I'm like, well, if I get out of my car and step outside 9 months out of the year, it's cold. So that was definitely the change for me. But I'm excited that we're going to have some different things going on our channel.
Yes.
Enabling us to source more.
Yes. All right. I hate to cut this off, but we've got about 6 minutes before our come list with us, and we probably all need a personal little break before we log on with our Patreon friends to do co-working.
No, so we don't need a break at all. What are you talking about?
All right. Well, then you just go over there and keep.
So tonight we're going to be on live on the $1 Million Peddler show. We will be putting up the link for it. So watch for that. It should be a lot of fun. We did a recording with them last week. They'll be on our channel on a spotlight, but great guys. If you haven't checked it out, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that tonight. Yeah.
Fun group there. Those guys, those boys.
Yeah. I'll put the link in our Facebook group and on our Patreon. Everybody make sure you go and join our Patreon. You do not have to pay money. There is a free tier. And we did a challenge last month in July. We did a 10% challenge and did some fun stuff for freebie members. So you don't have to pay anything to be on Patreon and see all these links and notifications when we're going live and doing stuff.
Like book club, the challenges. Yeah.
We have
all
2
of that
book clubs
stuff.
now.
The other book club.
Flipping through the pages we are.
Flipping.
So I just got my new one. Are you going to put up? Did you put up the post yet for that?
I have
for the
not.
new one?
No, I shared it in our group, but I haven't put it out yet. I thought about that this morning. So
I started reading that. Yeah.
Oh, so good. Oh my gosh. I just got it yesterday. It's amazing.
I'm only a couple pages in and it's not grabbing me yet. So like last night I went to bed and I'm like, I don't want to read. So
it's the Silent Patient. It's called The Silent Patient. If you guys can't wait for Molly to put it.
No, wait for us because we'll share a link and we want you to use the link because when you use our link, it helps us. So wait, don't listen to her.
Don't listen to anything I say.
Don't listen to it. We'll get the link out there for you to purchase so that we can keep the lights on and keep offering you all this free stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
You came in just as we're leaving, of course.
Good old Paul.
All right.
He's another one that I love watching his sourcing videos. So he's another good one to watch.
Don't tell him how great he is. It goes right to his head.
No, listen. I love watching his videos. They make me happy. I love sourcing videos when it's good people doing good things while they source. So
if you watched Reseller Reflections, you would know how important it is to tell people when they do something amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stand up for Philly Flipper Paul right here.
Even though he doesn't live in Philly anymore, that's all right. I was Philly Molly, and now I'm North Carolina Molly. So you can be Florida Paul. All right,
this podcast is going downhill. We'll see you guys on Patreon.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.